Welcome back, Agent. I hope you enjoyed your nap. Zor's people recognize you now, so you'll be going undercover for this mission. I hope you're not scared of heights. David... We believe Zoraxis is creating a deadly supervirus. We know Zor wants revenge on the agency, but this is a tad extreme. Get into that lab, and I'll walk you through making an antivirus.
Detected. Initiating security measures. Laser tripped. Deploying neurotoxin. Laser tripped. Deploying neurotoxin. ID accepted. Security disabled.
Full disclosure, Agent, I don't really know how to make an antivirus. However, Sean in HR says you tested well in chemistry, so give it a go. Save millions of lives and don't blow yourself up. By the time that chemical's frozen, we'll be long gone. Agent, you've been spotted. Quick, act naturally. They ran off. I always knew you were intimidating. It's your stoic silence.
Virus stable. Chemical effect negligible.
We believe Zoraxis is creating a deadly supervirus. We know Zor wants revenge on the agency, but this is a tad
Breach
extreme.
detected.
Get into that
Initiating
lab,
security
and I'll
measures.
walk you through making an antivirus.
Laser tripped. Deploying neurotoxin. Laser tripped. Deploying neurotoxin. Laser tripped. Deploying neurotoxin. ID security disabled.
Full disclosure, Agent, I don't really know how to make an antivirus. However, Sean in HR says you tested well in chemistry, so give it a go. Save millions of lives and don't blow yourself up. Agent, you've been spotted. Quick, act naturally. All clear. They bought the window washer routine. It seems you have a job if this whole secret agent thing falls through.
Neutralization attempt blocked. Playing pre-recorded message.
Found a conscience despite our threats. Well, I'm afraid you won't have a chance to use your antivirus. We're changing the timetable and launching the supervirus today.
Deploying rocket boosters.
Agent, if that rocket launches with an active virus, millions will die. Neutralize that virus now.
Launch imminent.
You're too late.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Virus payload neutralized. 2, 1.
Well done, Agent. There will be no outbreak today. Let's get you out of there. While not discreet, you did get the job done. Though, I suppose discretion went out the window with Zor's explosive dirigible over the Caymans last year. Ah, the prettiest explosions are always the messiest. Zor's people recognize you now.
The final Operation Squeaky Clean combines science-based puzzles with some light security evasion, but original versions of this level leaned much more intensely into the security side of things. I'm pretty sure we could make an entirely new level based on some of the stuff we tried and cut, like hiding from security cameras and eavesdropping on conversations in adjacent rooms. Maybe we still will. If we do, pretend you didn't listen to this. Here is a problem we struggled with for a while. Before the window is broken, you want to be further away from the building so that interactions with the window feel good. After the window is broken, however, you want to be as close to the building as possible so that you can interact with what is inside easily. In a game where moving the player is one of the quickest ways to kick them out of the experience, this presented a huge problem. We tried several things, teleporting the player forward on window break, which players didn't notice but felt like a bug in footage, moving them forward super slowly over the course of 5 minutes, which most didn't notice but those who did freaked out, and the idea that this level could be a standing level, where the player could physically step forward and back. We even tried turning the window washing platform into a cherry picker that the players could move forward and backwards at will, which was interesting. Nauseating, but interesting. So how did we solve it, in the end? Well, we didn't. We made it go away. David and Chris sidestepped the problem entirely by angling the window away from you, so the player could be right up against the building without feeling pressed against the glass. It's a little architecturally weird, but never let realistic architecture get in the way of good gameplay design.
Breach detected. Initiating security measures.
This periodic table actually required a lot of iteration, despite being a simple object. When the table was big, it would obstruct huge chunks of the player's view when they brought it near, or cause them to knock things off the platform. This periodic table actually required a lot of iteration, despite being a simple object. When the table was big, it would obstruct huge chunks of the player's view when they brought it near, or cause them to knock things off the platform. Smaller was better, but when we made it small, the table blent into the wall and people wouldn't pick it up, getting completely blocked on the puzzle. The solution wound up being to stop tweaking the size and just make the table a little crooked, which triggers that impulse players had to straighten it out and thus try to interact with it. It's a good example of how the small details are so critical in a game like this, and that tweaks can change a puzzle from unbeatable to solvable.
The idea of a paper airplane was something we wanted for a long time, but never got around to making it for the game. Then, the Saturday after GDC, I grabbed some of my friends in the game. The idea of a paper airplane was something we wanted for a long time, but never got around to making it for the game. Then, the Saturday after GDC, I grabbed some of my friends in the game industry, and we sat down and had a paper airplane jam. It took us about 4 hours, but it worked out well and we got it in the game.
Laser tripped. ID security disabled.
Full disclosure, Agent, I don't really know how to make an antivirus. However, Sean in HR says you tested well in chemistry, so give it a go. Save millions of lives and don't blow yourself up.
The idea of a paper airplane was something we wanted for a long time, but never got around to making it for the game. Then, the Saturday after GDC, I grabbed some of my friends in the game industry, and we sat down and had a paper airplane jam. It took us about 4 hours, but it worked out well and we got it in the game.
That's a fine airplane, Agent, but don't forget to save the world.
Oh, the sandwich. Since we had set aside some time for Foley recording, lots of test tubes, beakers, coffee thermoses, and things to tap and hit against metal and glass, I decided to do realistic Foley for what it was like to throw a sandwich.
It was.
Turns out, not as interesting as you would hope, but very messy. I took 2 slices of bread and secured them together with a toothpick in an attempt to minimize mess, and threw that thing against all surfaces imaginable. The result from everything? Very light tapping sounds and lots of crumbs everywhere. The final sandwich you hear in-game is doctored up in post to be more interesting, because, sadly, real sandwiches are not as fun as you'd think.
Agent, you've been spotted. Quick, act naturally. It appears the guard didn't buy it. They ran off. I always knew you were intimidating. It's your stoic silence. press the... You'll need...
Welcome to our state-of-the-art Zoraxis escape pod. An explosion has disabled primary functions. This is an emergency. Please start engine manually. Flare gun indoors is not recommended. Hull secure. Hull secure. Escape pod drained. Engine running. Wasn't that easy? The engine is engaged and we are starting our set. Just sit back and relax. System malfunction. Structural integrity failing. Hull secure. Would you like to vent oxygen? Venting oxygen. Warning! Engine overheating. Self-destruct in 90 seconds. Enter override code to abort.
stations are
escape pod
back online.
experience was a pleasant
Signal
one.
us to let us
Please
know your
gather
location.
or sit back and relax.
Ah, then we'd lost you to the wilds of the Caribbean. We're approaching your position now. The coordinates you transmitted from the sub before you gave it the old TNT Tata point to a hunting lodge in the Alps. Well, don't ask me why submarine coordinates lead to the mountains. I couldn't even begin to want to understand it. You... Indeed.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. The train has run into a bit of a problem. But don't worry, we will sort it out and have you moving again shortly. For your safety, please remain in your cabins.
Niczego już nie chcę. Oczekuję na śmierć. Z ciebie tu być, nie warty. Oczekuję na śmierć. Z ciebie tu być, nie warty. Jesteś tomym jak pies. Nie będzie już łez. Nie mogę być bez twych odbierz. Oczekuję na śmierć. Z ciebie tu być, nie warty. Nie zdzieć. Miałem być z tobą do końca mych dni. Lecz zamiast ty nóż wbiłaś w serce mi. Oczekuję na śmierć. Z ciebie tu być, nie warty. Oczekuję na śmierć. Z ciebie tu być, nie warty. Jesteś tomym jak pies. Nie będzie już łez. Nie mogę być bez twych odbierz. Oczekuję na śmierć. Z ciebie tu być, nie warty. Oczekuję na śmierć. Z ciebie tu być, nie warty. Jesteś tomym jak pies. Nie będzie już łez. Nie mogę być bez twych odbierz. Oczekuję na śmierć. Z ciebie tu być, nie warty. Oczekuję na śmierć. Z ciebie tu być, nie warty. Oczekuję na śmierć. Znowu umknęła mi szansa na ochronę szczęścia. Tym razem się sięgam.
Room service. Yeah.